This is not motivation. This is a surgical manual for your life. If your days feel scattered, your goals feel distant, and your willpower runs out by Tuesday, you haven't failed, your system has. In the next hour, I will show you how to rebuild everything important through a single daily architecture, tiny habits, iron routines, relentless repetition. Rebuild your life one disciplined day at a time. Start now. Chapter 1. Stop waiting, start doing. You have a choice. You can wait or you can act. This chapter is about action, simple action, brutal clarity. Start now. Break any goal into one next step, not 10 steps, not a plan you'll never open, one step. A single clear move you can do today. Write one paragraph, make one call, open one file. One step wins the day. Repeat it. One step wins the day. Why one step? Because momentum is a muscle. It grows with use. It dies with delay. If you force yourself to do only the next small thing, you win the psychological battle that kills most plans. Overwhelm. Overwhelm creates excuses. Excuses are comfortable. Comfort kills progress. Guard that single step like a meeting with your future. Put it on your calendar. Block the time. Treat it as non-negotiable. Tell one person you will do it. That makes it real. You have a choice. Choose the meeting with your future over the meeting with your fear. One step wins the day. Listen, perfection is a lie. The perfect start does not exist. Waiting for mood, energy, the right device, the right setup, the right people, that is waiting to fail. The lie of the perfect start is a luxury the successful cannot afford. Imperfect action creates data. Perfect plans create dust. Remember the CEO who answered one cold email every morning, not 50, not a campaign, one email. He did it for a year. Deals followed, opportunities multiplied. He didn't wait for inspiration. He didn't wait for the perfect pitch. He did one small thing. Imperfect beats idle. Say it. Imperfect beats idle. You don't need their permission. Not your boss, not your partner, not the algorithm. You do not need an outside signal to begin. You have agency. You have time. You have a 2-minute window. Use it. That brings us to the 2-minute rule. If a habit can start in 2 minutes, it will start. 2 minutes removes friction. 2 minutes removes the decision. 2 minutes defeats resistance. Decide on a 2-minute start for every habit you want. Want to write every day? Start by opening the document and writing one sentence. 2 minutes, then decide. Want to exercise? Put on shoes and do one bodyweight move. 2 minutes, then decide. Want to read? Open the book and read one paragraph. 2 minutes, then decide. 2 minutes is not a trick, it's a lever. It shifts you from intention into motion. Motion reduces the brain's resistance. Motion generates momentum. Momentum gives you leverage to keep going. 2 minutes, then decide. Repeat it until it is a reflex. You have a choice when the alarm rings. You can snooze, or you can put one foot on the floor and do the smallest thing. That choice decides your day. That choice decides your life. One small decision compounds. Now the hard truth. Discipline is not dramatic. Discipline is boring. Discipline is repetition. It is not about bursts of heroism. It is not about waiting for the perfect mood. It is not a personality trait reserved for a few. It is a practice. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. That's the key. So what do you do step by step? Pick one goal. Make it specific, not get fit. Do 10 push-ups after my shower. Not write a book. Write one paragraph at 7 p.m. One step wins the day. Reduce it to a 2-minute start. What is the smallest action that moves you in that direction? 2 minutes, then decide. Schedule the step. Guard it. Block the calendar. Protect the time as if it were a client meeting. You don't need their permission. You need commitment. Do the step. No excuses. Imperfect beats idle. Do something, anything that counts toward the habit. Log it. 1 line in a notebook. That's enough. Repeat tomorrow. Repeat the day after. Chains form from repeated small acts. Streaks create pressure to continue. Streaks create identity. You become the person who shows up. When you miss, do not collapse. Failure is part of the process. Missing 1 day does not mean you fail forever. Repair the chain immediately. Do the 2-minute restart now. Recover, then resume. You have a choice. Choose recovery. Here is a real-world test you can do tonight. Pick one project you have been postponing. Break it down into the single next step. Make that step take 2 minutes to begin. Block 15 minutes on your calendar. At the scheduled time, do the 2-minute start. If you feel like stopping after 2 minutes, decide then. Most times you'll continue. Most times you'll add another small step. 1 step wins the day. Let me say this again. You have a choice. You can let excuses rule you, or you can force a tiny start. That choice is your power. That choice is your discipline. That's the key. You will be tempted to wait for more energy. Don't. You will be tempted to wait for the right moment. Don't. You will be tempted to find permission. You don't need their permission. Make the choice now. The promise here is not magic. It is incrementalization. You rebuild by doing tiny, consistent things. Those tiny things become habits. Those habits become identity. You become what you repeat. You have started. You have learned to break a goal into the smallest next step. You have learned to guard that step. You have learned the 2-minute rule. 1 step wins the day. Imperfect beats idle. 2 minutes, then decide. You mastered starting. Now, let's talk about how to arrange those starts so they multiply.
Chapter 2. The Architecture of Tiny Wins. You have a choice. You can plan grand gestures, or you can build small wins. Choose the small wins. That's the key. Micro habits compound. Tiny actions stack. A 5-minute run becomes a 10-minute run. 10 minutes becomes a habit. A habit becomes a practice. Practice becomes identity. Small wins stack. Say it. Small wins stack. Start with 3 tiny wins each morning. Not a long list. 3 clear acts. 1 movement, 1 micro-work task, 1 daily intention. Movement wakes the body. Micro-work warms the brain. A clear intention directs the day. Do them in the same order. Anchor each one. Anchor equals place it after something you already do. After brushing teeth, do 2 minutes of movement. After making coffee, write 1 sentence. After sitting, speak your 1 intention out loud. Small wins stack. Example: the runner who could not train for a marathon. He started with 5-minute runs. 5 minutes was doable. He built confidence. He slowly added time. Months later, he ran 20 miles. He did not start with a marathon. He started with 5 minutes. Small wins stack. Design your environment for success. Your environment is not neutral. It nudges. It pushes you toward bad choices if you let it. Remove the first small temptation. Put the cue where your eyes fall. Make the path of least resistance lead to the habit. Cues control behavior. Cues control behavior. Example: a student who could not study. She put her textbooks on the pillow at night. She put her phone in another room. She would sit on the bed and open the book. The cue was a pillow with a book. Her environment did the prompting. She studied nightly. Cues control behavior. Practical environment moves. Clear surfaces where you work. Phone out of reach. Workout clothes by the bed. Books on the pillow. Visual cues only. Reduce friction for the habit. Increase friction for distractions. You don't need their permission. Not your family, not your friends, not your housemates. You decide how your space behaves. You decide the cues. Measure the minimum viable repeat. Choose a frequency you can do even when you are tired. Not the heroic frequency, the repeatable frequency. Consistency trumps intensity. Repeat, not rage. If you pick a habit that's impossible when tired, you will stop. If you pick the smallest repeat you can keep, you will continue. Writing 3 pages every morning might fail. Writing 1 paragraph might not. Cleaning for 30 minutes might fail. Wiping 1 counter might not. The minimum viable repeat is the unit that survives bad days. Here's the method. Pick a goal, break it into tiny actions, find the 2-minute start if possible. Choose a repeat frequency, daily, 5 times a week, 3 times a week, whatever you can keep. Track it. If you miss, repair immediately. Repeat, not rage. Stack habits deliberately. Habit stacking is the architecture. Anchor, new habit, reward. After coffee, write 1 sentence. After that sentence, stand and stretch. After stretching, name your intention. That chain creates momentum. The chain reduces decision points. The chain reduces resistance. Use visible trackers, a calendar, a simple checkbox, a streak counter. The visual proof matters. Don't overcomplicate. 1 line a day, 1 check mark. A chain forms. Humans hate breaking chains. Use that instinct. Don't break the chain. This is also about identity. Small wins become who you are. You do a tiny task daily. Then you call yourself the kind of person who does it. Identity grows. You have a choice. You can remain the person who talks about change, or you can be the person who does small things every day. That's the key. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. Now some real-world rules. Follow them. Rule 1. Pick exactly 3 morning wins, no more. Movement, micro-work, intention. Do them before checking your phone. Rule 2. Make 1 environmental change that forces behavior. Move the phone, place the cue, remove the snack. Cues control behavior. Rule 3. Set the minimum viable repeat. If you miss, do a 2-minute restart. Repeat, not rage. Rule 4. Stack 2 habits together. Anchor the new to the old. Chains form. Momentum grows. Rule 5. Track 1 line a day. Visual proof beats wishful thinking. If you do these 5 things for 30 days, your baseline will shift. Your willpower will not suddenly increase. Your system will. Systems beat willpower. Systems win. You don't need their permission. Build the system. Anticipate sabotage. The day will come when you are tired. The day will come when work explodes. The day will come when life demands attention. On those days, your minimum viable repeat keeps you moving. That's the key. A 2-minute start will get you back. A visible chain will nudge you forward. Small wins will stack. This architecture also protects against the intensity trap. People often guess that more is better. They binge. They burn out. The architecture of tiny wins prevents binges. It prevents feast or famine. It creates slow, unstoppable growth. Slow wins long. Small wins stack. Examples to copy tonight. Place your workout clothes beside the bed. Put 1 book on your pillow. Put your phone in a drawer with an alarm set. Write 1 sentence the moment you sit at your desk. Say your intention out loud before you open email. These are tiny moves. They compound. You have a choice every morning. You can let your day be decided by the first notification, or you can design the first 10 minutes. You have a choice. Choose the architecture of tiny wins. That's the key. You practiced starting. You learned to take one step. Now you learn to arrange those steps so they build on each other. Small wins are not random. They are engineered. They become a structure. They become a life. You mastered arranging starts into a morning that wins. Now let's talk about how you make those starts permanent by becoming the person who does them.
Chapter 3. Identity over outcomes. You have a choice. You can chase numbers, or you can become the person who produces those numbers. Choose identity. That's the key. Results follow identity, not the other way around. Saying, I want to read more is a wish. Saying, I am a reader is an instruction. Be who does it. Repeat it. Be who does it. Identity is quiet. It works under the surface. Identity is grout between the tiles of your days. Each tiny action cements the next. Vote for your future with small acts. Vote for your future. Listen close. Tiny repeats are votes. Each action writes a line in your personal biography. One paragraph written today says, I am a writer. One paragraph repeated for months becomes your story. Vote for your future. That's the margin that separates talkers from doers. Real behavior change starts with identity. Stop bargaining with motivation. Stop waiting for mood. You don't need their permission. Not your friends, not your past, not your critics. You can declare who you are and act like it. This is not mystical, it is methodical. Identity is the outcome of repeated choices. Choose the smallest scalable action that proves the identity, then prove it again tomorrow. Be who does it. Here is a simple rule. Pick an identity. Make it specific, not vague, not grand, specific. I am a reader is better than I'll read more. I am a runner is better than I will train. I am a person who journals is better than I will try journaling. Specific identity reduces wiggle room. Be who does it. Now the tactic. Use identity-based triggers. Make a phrase. Say it before you act. I am the kind of person who writes every night. Say it, then write one line. I am the kind of person who runs after work. Say it, then run 5 minutes. The phrase locks you into the role. I am the kind of person. Repeat it until it's automatic. Do not deceive yourself with huge acts. Identity grows on tiny bones. The ex-smoker didn't wake up as a non-smoker overnight. He refused one cigarette. Then he refused another. He told himself, I am a non-smoker. He acted like it. His identity shifted. That's the work. Be who does it. This is also how habits survive humiliation. If you fail one day, the identity keeps you honest. If you miss a workout, the sentence, I am a healthy person, prompts repair. You don't abandon the identity because of a slip. You correct it with a tiny action. That's the difference between people who quit and people who persist. Practice this now. Pick one habit. Attach an identity sentence. Say the sentence out loud. Do a 2-minute start. That's it. Do it again tomorrow. Repeat until the sentence is truer than the doubt. One small repeat every day wins the long game. You will feel awkward. That's normal. Identity precedes comfort. Walking into the gym for the first time as I am a runner feels false. That's the test. Do it anyway. You have a choice. Choosing discomfort now builds a smoother future. That's the key. Make the identity public. Say it to one person. Make a small claim. Tell a friend, a partner, or a trusted peer. Social confirmation anchors identity. It creates pressure to be consistent. You don't need their permission to start, but you can use their awareness to stay accountable. Now the tactical checklist. Name the identity.
Be specific. Short sentence. I am a reader. I am a person who finishes projects. Choose a tiny, repeatable action that proves the identity. 1 paragraph, 5 minutes, 1 phone call. Use the identity trigger before action. Say the phrase aloud. I am the kind of person who, then act. Make it public. Tell one person. Set one visible tracker, a calendar check mark, a streak on a paper. Repair fast. If you miss, do a 2-minute corrective. Do not let one miss rewrite your identity. Vote for your future. You will wrestle with old labels. I've never been consistent. I've always failed. Those are lies your past tells you. They are not commands. You have agency. Replace those labels with chosen identity phrases. It is not about excuses, it's about discipline. It's not about your past, it's about your next choices. That's the key. Identity is also a pruning tool. When you own an identity, you remove options that conflict with it. A person who is a writer cancels pointless scrolling. A person who is a healthy eater declines the late-night junk. Identity simplifies choices. It reduces decision load. You have a choice. Use it to eliminate what doesn't serve. Expect resistance. The world will test your new name. People will ask why you changed. Some will mock. That's fine. You don't need their permission. Keep the action small. Keep the identity statement stronger than the noise. Repeat, be who does it. Vote for your future. Measure identity with consistency, not with perfection. Track frequency, not intensity. 1 paragraph a day is better than 5 on one day and 0 the rest. The frequency proves identity. Frequency builds character. Repeat, then repeat again. Start tonight. Say your identity phrase. Do the 2-minute start. Log the result. This tiny ritual creates evidence. Evidence builds belief. Belief deepens identity. Identity demands action. Action produces results. You must remember, identity is the durable asset of discipline. Results are temporary. Achievements fade. Identity persists. Grow your identity and results become natural. You have a choice. Choose identity. That's the key. You learn to start. You learn to stack small wins. Now you make those wins permanent by becoming the person who owns them. Identity converts action into character. Identity converts habit into lifestyle. You mastered identity. Now let's remove the daily friction that eats your willpower.
Chapter 4. Kill decision fatigue with rituals. You have a choice. You can spend your mental energy on noise, or you can save it for what matters. Choose rituals. That's the key. Rituals remove resistance. Say it. Rituals remove resistance. When you pre-decide, you remove a decision later. Every saved decision is energy for a real problem. Every saved decision is leverage. You don't need their permission to design your day. You have agency. Use it. Convert choices into rituals. Decide your mornings ahead of time. Decide your meals ahead of time. Decide your work blocks ahead of time. Do this once, not every morning. A ritual is a pre-written path. Follow the path. Pre-decide your first hour. Pre-decide your lunch. Pre-decide your finish time. When life hits, the ritual holds. Rituals remove resistance. Example: an entrepreneur I know. She woke tired. She woke overwhelmed. She spent 30 minutes each morning deciding what to do. She changed one thing. She automated her morning decisions. Outfit picked. Breakfast prepped. First task pre-scheduled. Her mental fog disappeared. She focused on strategy. She grew the business. She did less reacting. She did more creating. Rituals remove resistance. Here's the brutal truth. Willpower is limited. It drains. The first bad choice costs future choices. Decision fatigue is stealthy. It steals your best hours. You must structure your day to defend those hours. Convert choice into ritual. Rituals remove resistance. That's the key. Simplify to scale. Make rituals tiny. Large rituals fail. Complex rituals collapse. If a ritual has 10 moving parts, it will break on day 3. Make it bare. Repeat it. Make it bare. Example: a writer who failed at daily writing. He built a ritual. Open document, write 1 sentence, close document. Nothing fancy, no planning, no mood checks. 1 sentence. He repeated it for months. The discipline grew. The output multiplied. Make it bare. The rule is simple. If you cannot do the ritual under stress, it is too complex. Scale down until you can. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Keep the core. Keep the signal. Remove the noise. It's not about talent. It's about procedure. It's not about genius. It's about discipline. Make it bare. Rituals are not sacred ceremonies. They are defensive tools. They guard your focus. They shape your identity. When you perform the ritual long enough, you become the kind of person who does it. That's the power. But you must protect the ritual. Protect the ritual with a boundary. A ritual needs space. A ritual needs time. Interruptions kill momentum. 5 minutes of interruption resets your brain. Guard the ritual like a sacred appointment. Protect the block. Use practical boundaries. Turn off notifications. Close the door. Put your phone out of reach. Use a visible sign if others share your space. Put headphones on. Use a timer. Tell one person, this hour is off limits. Protect the block. A boundary is not rude. It is responsible. If you do not protect your ritual, others will eat it. People mean well. They will ask for favors. They will request your attention. If you have no boundary, you will comply. Boundaries are permission to focus. You don't need their permission to protect your time. You have a choice. Protect the block. Now the practical architecture. Follow these steps. Audit your day. Identify 3 decision-heavy moments: morning, pre-lunch, pre-evening. These are the leaks. Fix them. Choose 1 ritual per leak. Keep each ritual 3 to 5 steps max. Simplicity wins. Make it bare. Pre-write the ritual. Put it on paper or in your calendar. Clear language. 7 to 7:20, ritual. Water, write 1 sentence, stretch. Do not leave ambiguity. Create a physical cue. A mug, a notebook, a timer. The cue triggers the ritual. Cues control behavior. Set hard boundaries. Phone away. Notifications off. Door closed. Protect the block. Execute. No negotiating. No searching for motivation. Do the ritual. Rituals remove resistance. Here are common rituals to steal and adapt. The 5-minute start. Water, breathe, write 1 sentence. The inbox ritual. Check email twice a day, 20 minutes max. Respond to urgent only, archive, close. The pre-meeting ritual. 5 deep breaths, open agenda, name 1 goal. The wind-down ritual. Light, shut devices, write the top 3 wins of the day. Keep them simple. Keep them repeatable. Make it bare. Expect pushback. Your environment will test the new order. Colleagues will be used to on-demand you. Family will expect instant reaction. The world rewards availability. Resist it. You have a choice. Protect the block. Protect the block. Measure the effect. Track ritual success for 30 days. Use 1 line per day. Done or not done. Visual evidence is honest. A streak of checks acts like a chain. Humans hate breaking chains. Use that instinct. Rituals remove resistance. That's the key.
When rituals fail, diagnose fast. Ask 3 questions. Was the ritual too complex? Did you protect the block? Was the cue obvious? Fix the weakest link. Simplify. Repeat. Make it bare. Real-world drill. Tonight, choose one morning ritual. Write it in 3 steps. Make it take 10 minutes or less. Put the required item out tonight. Set your alarm 5 minutes earlier. When the alarm rings, follow the steps. No phone, no negotiation. Protect the block. Watch what happens in 1 week. This chapter is not about Band-Aid hacks. It is about architecture. Systems win over willpower. Rituals are the wiring. Rituals remove resistance. You have a choice. You can let decision fatigue rule your day, or you can design rituals that free your mind. One more truth. Rituals compound. One protected morning ritual improves charity, work, relationships, energy. Small structural changes amplify across hours and weeks. That's the key. It is not about tidiness, it's about discipline. It's not about complexity, it's about procedure. You learn to start small. You learn to stack wins. Now you will stop wasting willpower. You will convert choices into pre-decided actions. You will protect them. You will win by design. You defended your decision energy. Now let's use failure as data and make it functional.
Chapter 5. The Discipline of Incremental Failure. You have a choice. You can fear failure, or you can design it. Choose design. That's the key. Failure is inevitable. Failure is instructive. Failure is data. The people who fear it hide. The people who design it learn. Fail fast. Fail small. Fail to learn. Say it aloud. Fail to learn. Design experiments where failure costs very little. Cheap experiments, small bets, quick feedback, a tiny paid test, a short-run ad, a 1-page landing page. Try one thing for 1 week. Measure the response. Learn. Iterate. Fail to learn. Example: a startup that wanted to know whether customers would pay for a new feature. They did not build the full feature. They launched a $1 test. Landing page, payment button, 0 functionality. Customers clicked and paid. The test cost almost nothing. The lesson was huge. They learned customer language. They learned willingness to pay. They avoided months of wasted engineering. Failed to learn. This is not luck. It is method. You design failure so the cost is small and the lesson is big. You have a choice. You can sink months into a project that might fail spectacularly, or you can run cheap experiments that teach the same lesson in days. That's the key. Fail small means you stop treating mistakes like catastrophes. You reframe them as experiments. Reframe setbacks as data. Repeat the phrase, data beats drama. Every miss carries an explanation. Every miss carries friction. Log it. Don't gossip about it. Record the facts. Time, trigger, emotion, environment. Then fix it. Then rerun the tiny experiment. Data beats drama. Example: someone misses workouts twice in a week. They feel guilty. They shame themselves. Drama grows. The habit dies. Instead, log the miss. Why did you miss? Shoes left in the hallway? Alarm set for the wrong time? Meetings spilled into your slot? The pattern is visible when you record the facts. Fix the friction. Move shoes by the bed. Set the alarm earlier. Protect the block. Rerun. Data beats drama. You don't need their permission to experiment. Not your boss, not your partner, not your inner critic. You can test things immediately. You can adjust immediately. You can learn immediately. You don't need their permission. Now the practical method. Follow these steps. Use them every week. Step 1. Design the smallest experiment. Pick one hypothesis. Make it tiny. 1 week long. One metric. One clear result. Example: if I send 5 cold emails a day, I will get responses. Or, if I write 1 paragraph daily, I will finish a chapter in 90 days. Step 2. Define the failure budget. How much are you willing to lose if it fails? Set that limit. $50, one afternoon, one spreadsheet. If the cost is tiny, you will not hesitate to run the test. Hesitation kills learning. Fail small. Step 3. Pre-specify data to capture. What counts as evidence? Clicks, replies, minutes written, number of workouts. Record the data. Use simple logs, one line per day, one number per test. Data beats drama. Step 4. Run the test with discipline. Execute. No overthinking. No perfecting. Launch the experiment. Fail in public if you must. The point is to see real behavior. Fail to learn. Step 5. Review quickly. At the end of the week, review the data. What worked? What didn't? What friction appears repeatedly? Mark the friction points. Step 6. Fix the weakest link. Fix only one friction point per iteration. Small fixes compound. Repeat the test. Iterate weekly. Incremental failure compounds into massive improvement. This is discipline, not chaos. You are not being reckless. You are being surgical. You are reducing risk by testing assumptions cheaply. It's not about heroics. It's about procedure. It's not about perfection. It's about discipline. That's the key. Now, build a simple logging system. Use a notebook. Use a spreadsheet. Use a voice memo. Your log must have 3 columns: date, what happened, why it happened. Keep entries short, one line. You will not justify yourself. You will record facts. Facts are merciless and liberating. Facts remove the story. Data beats drama. Next, adopt the recovery ritual. This is essential. Failures cascade if you do nothing. One missed workout becomes a week of missed workouts. One missed writing session becomes silence for a month. Prevent cascades with a recovery move. Recover, then resume. The recovery ritual is 2 minutes. 2 minutes of corrective action. Do not negotiate. 2 minutes, no more. 2 minutes to reset the system. Here's how. Admit the miss. Say it plainly. I missed today. No drama, no excuses. Perform a 2-minute corrective. Put on shoes, do 5 push-ups, open the document and write 1 sentence. That's it. 2 minutes, no more. Log the recovery in your notebook. 1 line. Date, corrective done. Close the loop. The ritual reduces shame. It restores momentum. It signals to your system that misses are not endpoints. They are restarts. Recover, then resume. Repeat it until repair becomes reflex. You will be tempted to escalate. You will think a big comeback is required. Don't. Big comebacks create feast or famine. Small recoveries sustain momentum. One corrective action prevents habit collapse. Fail small. Recover, then resume. Use public micro-experiments to accelerate learning. Tell one person your test. Make the commitment visible. Social friction increases accountability. But remember, you don't need their permission. You are using accountability as a tool, not begging for approval. Measure progress with trend lines, not single points. A week of tests is noise. A month of systematic iteration is signal. Do 5 cycles. Observe the trend. Improve the process. Fail to learn. Now, mindset rules. Repeat these until they are automatic. Fail to learn. Data beats drama. Recover, then resume. It's not about being perfect. It's about disciplined iteration. You have a choice. Use it. Finally, tactical drills to run this week. Pick one goal. Design a 1-week micro-experiment with a $0 to $50 failure budget. Define one metric. Log one number a day. Run the experiment. Record results. Fix one friction. Rerun next week. If you miss, perform the 2-minute corrective ritual immediately. Log it. Move on. Failure will happen. Plan for it. Design it. Learn from it. That is the discipline of incremental failure. That's the key. You practiced starting. You stacked wins. Now you will learn faster by failing small and fixing fast. You will turn setbacks into rocket fuel. You will build momentum that cannot be derailed by a single miss. You learn to recover. Now, Let's bind habits together so one action naturally pulls the next.
Chapter 6. The Power of Chains. Habit Stacking. You have a choice. You can do habits one by one, or you can link them so one action pulls the next. Choose chains. That's the key. A chain is simple. One habit becomes the cue for the next. One action naturally leads to another. Anchor and add. Say it. Anchor and add. Why chains work. The brain hates decisions. It loves patterns. A chain reduces decisions. A chain turns random acts into a predictable flow. Flow reduces friction. Flow creates momentum. Momentum makes habits automatic. Start with anchors. An anchor is an action you already do. Brushing your teeth, making coffee, closing your laptop. These are reliable moments. Attach a new habit to the anchor. After brushing my teeth, I do 5 push-ups. After making coffee, I write 1 sentence. After shutting my laptop, I stretch for 2 minutes. Anchor and add. Example: after brushing teeth, do 5 push-ups. That's a tiny ask. It is easy, it is obvious, and it connects fitness to an existing ritual. You will surprise yourself by how often you actually do the push-ups. The anchor removes the when question. Anchor and add. Chains need simplicity. Complex chains die quickly. Start with 2 links. Anchor, new habit. Keep it small. If you try to chain 5 hard things together, you will fail. Small links win. Small links build confidence. Small links form identity. Create unbreakable chains. Use visible streaks. Use a simple calendar. Mark an X for each day you complete the chain. The moment you break the chain, repair immediately. Don't break the chain. Jerry Seinfeld's calendar trick is not folklore. It works. He wrote jokes every day and put a red X on the calendar. The red X created pressure. The pressure was internal. He didn't need applause. He needed the chain. Don't break the chain. Here's how to make a chain unbreakable. Choose 1 anchor. Make it daily. Make it obvious. Choose 1 tiny linked habit. 2 minutes or less. 2 minutes wins. Create a visible tracker. Paper calendar, app, sticker. Mark it every time. If you miss, repair immediately. Do the 2-minute restart now. Don't wait. Don't rationalize. Don't break the chain. Celebrate streaks quietly. Reward is the chain itself. The chain is your evidence. The chain is your identity. You will face excuses. You will rationalize. You will say, "I'll start tomorrow." Don't. You have a choice. Start now. 1 small chain link beats a long speech about change. That's the key. Use social anchors to amplify chains. Habit stacking with other people is powerful. A friend can be your anchor. A partner can be the link that keeps you honest. Show up together. Example: an accountability run partner. You agree to meet at 6 a.m. The social cost of skipping is higher than the personal cost of waking up. You show up because you value the person. You show up because you value the chain. Show up together. You don't need their permission to build social anchors. Ask 1 person. Make the request simple. Run with me Tuesday and Thursday. If they agree, you have external pressure. If they decline, you still proceed alone. You don't need their permission. Use social energy when it helps. Use solitude when it's necessary. Design chains that solve friction. The point of a chain is to remove decision points that cause failure. Identify the moment you normally quit. Is it after lunch? During evening TV? At the first notification? Put an anchor before the quit point. Attach a tiny corrective habit. The chain intercepts the drift. Anchor and add. Chains also protect recovery. When you miss a habit, chains provide a natural repair. A broken X on the calendar hurts. That pain is useful. It prompts immediate repair. The repair action should be small. 2 minutes, 1 sentence, 5 push-ups. Then rebuild the chain. Don't break the chain. Practical chain examples you can steal tonight. After my coffee, I will open my document and write one sentence. Mark the day. Don't break the chain. After I brush my teeth, I will do 5 body weight squats. Mark the day. Anchor and add. After I sit at my desk, I will name my one intention out loud. Mark the day. Use a calendar X. After I finish dinner, I will prepare my workout clothes for tomorrow. Mark the day. Show up together with future you. Make chains visible. A calendar on the wall beats a hidden app. The X is honest. The X is public to you. The X is accountability. The X turns small wins into a record. The record creates identity. The record says, I do this. Be who does it. Chains are not punishment. They are engineering. You are wiring your day so that good actions trigger good actions. Be methodical. Be ruthless in simplifying links. Remove obstacles between anchor and habit. If it takes more than 30 seconds to move from anchor to habit, you created friction. Reduce it. Now rules for chaining groups of habits. Rule 1. Keep chains short at first. 2 links max. Rule 2. Use tiny actions. 2 minutes or less per link. Rule 3. Track visibly. Mark every success. No excuses. Rule 4. Repair immediately. 2-minute recovery if you miss. Rule 5. Add social anchors when possible. Show up together. You don't need their permission, but you can use their presence. Chains scale. Once the 2-link chain is automatic, add another link. Slowly. Never more than 1 new link per month. Growth that's too fast breaks the system. Slow compound is irreversible. Chains compound. Psychology matters. Chains create shame when broken. Use that shame as fuel, not as punishment. Use it to repair. Say, I missed, I will do 2 minutes now. Then do it. Close the loop. Habit stacking is mercilessly practical. Example to copy. Tonight, pick one anchor. Choose one tiny habit. Set a paper calendar and mark the first day with an X. If possible, invite one person to do the same. Show up together. Tomorrow, repeat. Keep the chain for 7 days. If you break it, repair immediately. You have a choice. You can face daily chaos, or you can build chains that route your life. Choose chains. That's the key. You linked your actions into a machine. You made beginnings pull endings. Now you will see how to measure and protect those chains with tools that force focus.
Chapter 7. Tactical Tools. Timers, Logs, and Limits. You have a choice. You can drift through your day, or you can command time. Choose command. That's the key. Time is your only non-renewable resource. You waste it by default, or you can structure it with tools. Timers, logs, and limits are simple. They are brutal. They work. Timebox and go. Timebox and go. Start with timers. A timer forces a decision. It removes perfectionism. It creates a deadline you must honor. Work in tight, defined bursts. Short bursts beat vague intentions. 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Repeat. Timebox and go. Why timers? Because humans procrastinate until conditions feel right. They rarely feel right. The timer replaces permission with an order. You don't ask the muse for approval. You start. Timebox and go. Use the Pomodoro model or invent your own. 50-10, 25-5, 90-20. Pick what fits your concentration. Test one for a week. Track your output. Timers increase focus because the brain knows an end is coming. This removes analysis paralysis. Timebox and go. Pair timers with a single clear objective. 25 minutes, write 300 words. 50 minutes, prototype one screen. Do not use timers as a proxy for wandering. Use timers to force focused work. Timebox and go. Next, logs. A log is the truth you cannot argue with. 1 line per day. Date, habit,
one insight. That's it. Log the truth. Log the truth. Why one line? Because we lie less when we must be concise. Long excuses fill pages. One line demands clarity. 2026-0202. Wrote 500 words. Resisted at 9 a.m. Used 25-min timer. Worked. That single sentence becomes fuel. Log the truth. Your log is a mirror. It shows patterns. It shows friction. It shows wins. You will see progress you would have otherwise missed. You will see repeated failures you can fix. Log the truth. Make your log visible. Paper notebook, simple app, a calendar with X's. Don't over-engineer. Complexity kills follow-through. One line, one truth. Log the truth. Combine timers and logs. Start a timer. Work with intensity. When the timer rings, write one log entry. Timer 25. Outcome 320 words. This creates a loop of action and feedback. Feedback sharpens habits. Time box and go. Log the truth. Now, limits. Limits are fierce kindness. Limits protect gains. They are guardrails around your attention. Set no-go windows for distractions. No phone during the first hour. No social media after 8 p.m. No email before your main task. Set the guardrails. Limits are not rude. Limits are strategic. You don't need their permission to protect your focus. Not your boss, not your team, not your well-meaning friend. You decide which hours are sacred. You don't need their permission. The most productive people manage negative space. They say no to noise. Create email-free mornings. Create meeting-free afternoons. Block your calendar like a bank account. Protect the blocks. Set the guardrails. Practical setup. Follow these steps. Choose one focus block per day. 2 hours, 1 hour. Whatever you can protect. Put it on the calendar. Make it recurring. Time box and go. Set a timer for the block. Work in a tight cadence, Pomodoro or long session. Use the timer to defend the block. Time box and go. Create a one-line log entry at the end of the block. What moved? One insight. Log the truth. Establish one no-go window. Phone in drawer. Notifications off. Email closed. Set the guardrails. Review weekly. Check the log. Ask, did this block produce value? Did limits hold? Fix weak links. Use tools wisely. A physical kitchen timer is better than a phone alarm for focus. Apps tempt you. Use dumb timers when you need discipline. Use a wall calendar for streaks. Use a simple notebook for the log. Tools should reduce friction, not add it. Now the psychology. Timers create urgency. Logs create accountability. Limits create boundaries. Together they form a triad that makes discipline inevitable. It's not about willpower, it's about design. It's not about waiting for inspiration, it's about structure. It's not about heroics, it's about discipline. That's the key. Expect resistance. You will want to check messages during a timed block. You will want to quickly answer an email. That's decision drift. Fight it by shortening timers. Make the block smaller. 2 minutes of resistance is easier than 30. Time box and go. When you fail a block, use the recovery ritual. 2-minute corrective. Restart a new timer immediately. Log the miss and the corrective. Recover, then resume. The log will show whether you repaired or excused. Log the truth. Fine-tune with limits for energy, not ego. If your energy peaks at 10 a.m., protect that hour. If your focus collapses at 3 p.m., schedule administrative work then. Align limits to biology. Set the guardrails to support your rhythm. Use the log to remove stories. When you feel unproductive, check the data. The log does not care about narrative. It only cares about facts. Facts guide action. Data beats drama. Log the truth. Here are tactical rules to adopt tonight. Rule 1. Pick a primary focus block for tomorrow, 60 to 90 minutes. Block it now. Time box and go. Rule 2. Use a physical timer. Start with 25-5. Work one full cycle without checking your phone. Rule 3. At the end of the cycle, write one line in your log. Date, task, one insight. Log the truth. Rule 4. Set one no-go window. First hour phone free. No email before your block. Set the guardrails. Rule 5. Review the log weekly. Repair the weak link. Recover, then resume. You will be tempted to optimize tools before using them. Don't. Start raw. Use the simplest timer. Use a paper log. Use a wall calendar. Complexity is procrastination dressed as refinement. Time box and go. Log the truth. These tactical tools are not glamorous. They are the plumbing of achievement. Timers create pressure. Logs create honesty. Limits create protection. Together, they turn intention into results. You have a choice. Choose the triad. You organized your attention. You learned how to force focus, record reality, and defend time. Now, let's use failure as fuel and make your experiments smarter.
Chapter 8. Momentum is built with consistency, not intensity. You have a choice. You can chase fireworks, or you can build a slow burn. Choose the slow burn. That's the key. Momentum is a compounding force. It does not care about grand gestures. It cares about repeats. It prefers boring, steady plumbing over dramatic fireworks. Slow wins long. Say it. Slow wins long. The compounding curve is ugly at first. Little shows. Numbers barely move. The first month looks like nothing. Most people quit there. They mistake lack of immediate change for failure. That's a lie. Time compounds results. Give time something to compound. Show up. Repeat. That's the key. Here's the reality. 1 hour of heroic work and 6 days of nothing is not better than 20 minutes every day. A musician who plays 20 minutes daily improves steadily. The binge practice musician burns out, collapses, and loses rhythm. Slow wins long. Steady beats stormy. This is not sentimental. This is tactical. Consistency builds the foundation that intensity erodes when it's used as a substitute. Intensity creates thrills. It also creates feast or famine cycles. Feast today, famine tomorrow. Your energy becomes a roller coaster. Steady beats stormy. You don't need their permission to be steady. Not your boss, not your tribe, not the market's expectations. Discipline is not theater, it is engineering. You choose a sustainable unit of behavior and you repeat it until the system shifts. You don't need their permission. Now the specifics. How do you choose a pace that compounds? Pick a minimum viable session. The rule: choose the smallest session you can repeat even on your worst day. For writing, that might be 1 paragraph. For training, 5 minutes of movement. For learning, 10 pages or 10 minutes. Make it boring. If it feels easy when you're exhausted, it's probably right. Next 30, not forever. Make a 30-day plan, not a forever vow. Commit to the next 30 days with a daily fidelity metric. 30 days is a horizon you can manage. It feels achievable. It builds evidence. It reduces overwhelm. Next 30, not forever. At day 31, review. Adjust. Scale if the habit survived. Extend if it worked. That review is where intelligence meets discipline. Track frequency, not intensity. Count the days you show up, not the hours you spent in a single heroic session. 1 paragraph a day for 30 days beats a single 8-hour binge. Frequency proves identity. Frequency breathes momentum. Slow wins long. Protect the baseline with limits. If you plan daily runs, set a no-excuse minimum. Shoes by the bed. Alarm 5 minutes earlier. 2-minute recovery if missed. Protect the baseline. If you plan daily writing, protect an uninterrupted first hour. Use a timer. No phone, no email. Set the guardrails. Steady beats stormy. You will be tempted to escalate. You will tell yourself that more is better. That's the intensity trap. It feels noble. It looks impressive. It is fragile. Bigger chunks attract procrastination. Bigger chunks invite burnout. Bigger chunks create drama. That's not discipline. It's spectacle. It's not about spectacle. It's about discipline. Here's a practical cadence to steal. Days 1 to 7, minimum viable session every day. Focus solely on showing up. Log 1 line each day. Wrote 1 paragraph, felt resistance at 8 p.m. Log the truth. Days 8 to 14, add 1 tiny metric. Word count, minutes of cardio, pages read. Keep sessions the same length. Track frequency. Days 15 to 21, increase volume by a small amount only if frequency is perfect. Add 10 to 20% to session length only if you have a streak. Days 22 to 30, plan a formal review. Look at the log. Look at the trend. Decide, scale, maintain, or simplify. Next 30, not forever. This cadence prevents feast or famine cycles. It forces small, testable increases. It keeps you honest. It creates a predictable path for growth. Slow wins long. Real-world example. A coach had clients doing 10 minutes of mobility daily. After 8 weeks, many clients were doing 20 to 30 minutes willingly. No drama, no coercion. The 10-minute starter removed the intimidation. Momentum did the rest. Slow wins long. Now the recovery pattern. When you miss, act fast. Use the 2-minute corrective we taught earlier. Do not interpret a miss as a reset. A miss is a single data point. Recover, then resume. Repeat the phrase, recover, then resume. That keeps momentum intact. It prevents one miss from becoming a collapse. Also, use micro goals to protect morale. A micro goal is not a compromise, it is a strategy. If your baseline is 10 minutes a day, celebrate completing the baseline 5 days in a row. Small celebrations signal progress. They feed dopamine in modest, sustainable doses. Celebrate consistency, not intensity. You must also guard against the vanity metrics. Don't confuse busyness with progress. Heavy hours do not equal deep improvements. Deep improvements are measured by skill, not by sweat. Track leverage metrics, quality of output, repeatability, control. Frequency beats flash. Slow wins long. Psychological tactics that help. Public commitment. Tell one person about your 30-day plan. Social pressure helps. You don't need their permission, but you can use their awareness. Visual streaks. Use the calendar X. Unbroken chains make quitting costlier. Don't break the chain. Compartmentalize recovery. When panic arrives, do the 2-minute restart. Do not allow shame. Shame erodes momentum. Repair fast. Finally, adopt the mindset lines. Repeat them until they're automatic. You have a choice. Show up. Slow wins long. Steady beats stormy. Next 30, not forever. It's not about talent, it's about discipline. This chapter is not a lecture on patience. It is a manual for engineered persistence. Momentum rewards the patient and punishes the dramatic. You can sprint occasionally, but your career, your body, your craft Those are built by repeats. Build them with small daily deposits. Time will compound. Results will follow. You learn to design rituals and protect decisions. You learn to fail small and stack habits. Now you will focus that accumulated momentum into systems that produce leverage.
Chapter 9. Habit Systems for High Leverage Results. You have a choice. You can chase shiny outcomes, or you can build systems that produce those outcomes. Choose systems. That's the key. Most people measure the wrong things. They count trophies, they chase likes, they celebrate the headline result. That is vanity. Vanity distracts. Vanity convinces you you're making progress when you are not. Count the doables. Count the doables. Input metrics matter because they are under your control. You cannot reliably control a sale, but you can control calls made. You cannot control a published bestseller, but you can control pages written. You cannot control an ideal body composition overnight, but you can control meals cooked, steps taken, workouts completed. Focus on actions you can repeat. Count the doables. This is not arithmetic, it is engineering. Pick the levers that drive the outcomes you want. Make them measurable, make them daily, make them brutal. For sales, measure calls, meaningful contacts, demos booked. For writing, measure words, paragraphs, sessions. For health, measure protein portions, sleep hours, daily steps. Track them. The trend matters more than a single spike. Data beats drama. Count the doables. You don't need their permission to choose input metrics. Not your manager, not your industry, not the noise on social feeds. You decide what actions will move the needle. You don't need their permission. Here is the first protocol. Pick one goal. Be specific. List 3 input metrics that causally affect that goal. No vanity metrics, no fluff. Set a daily minimum for each input. Realistic, conservative, repeatable. Log them every day. 1 line. Date, metric values, 1 insight. Log the truth. Review weekly. Tune the system. Repeat. Count the doables. Now, keystone habits. Find the keystone. Keystone habits create disproportionate returns. One small habit alters multiple systems at once. You double down on the keystone, and the rest follows. Examples are simple. Sleep is a keystone. Improve sleep and mood rises, energy rises, focus rises, work quality rises, food choices improve, exercise adherence improves. Sleep is leverage. Find the keystone. Another keystone is the morning routine. A focused first hour shapes the entire day. When you own the first hour, meetings shrink, email loses power, priorities get executed. The morning ritual is not fluff, it is leverage. Find the keystone. How to find a keystone habit. Audit your life for high-leverage bottlenecks. Where does one small change produce many positive effects? Test candidate habits with tiny experiments. Fail small. Fail to learn. Measure the knock-on effects. Did focus improve? Did energy change? Did friction disappear? If yes, double down. If no, test another keystone. Make the keystone ritual obvious. Anchor it. Protect its block. It's not about hard work, it's about leverage. It's not about more, it's about smarter. It's not about talent, it's about discipline. That's the key. Find the keystone and repeat it until the system rewires. You will be tempted to stack as many habits as possible. Don't. One keystone well executed beats a dozen half done. Use the 2-minute rule for starts. Use chains to keep them alive. Anchor and add. Anchor and add. Next, feedback loops. Systems are not set and forget. They require tuning. Build weekly reviews that make your system self-improving. Tune the system. A feedback loop is simple. It collects data. It diagnoses friction. It prescribes one fix. Then it tests. Repeat. This is how good systems become great. Your weekly review needs 3 sections, no more. Keep it brutal. Section A, Evidence. What happened this week? Numbers only. Calls, pages, workouts, sleep hours. No story. Facts. Log the truth. Section B, Friction. Where did you stall? What specific obstacle repeated? Identify the single biggest friction point that cost you the most momentum. Section C, One fix. Not a strategy. One small operational change you will implement for the next week. Move shoes, change alarm, shorten session, protect the block, tune the system. Then, execute. Test the fix for 1 week. Measure, review, improve. The compound effect of weekly tuning is enormous. Small adjustments compound into large outcomes. Tune the system. Some practical examples. Sales team, track dials, quality calls, and demos booked. Weekly review shows low demo rate. Friction, poor email templates. Fix, rewrite the template and A/B test 2 versions. Track results next week. Count the doables. Writer, track sessions, paragraphs, and edits. Weekly review shows many sessions start but surface-level output. Friction, unclear session objective. Fix, add specific micro-goal for each session. Tonight, 300 words on chapter intro. Test next week. Tune the system. Health, track sleep, protein portions, and workouts. Weekly review shows workouts missed on commute days. Friction, logistics. Fix, pack gym clothes the night before and set a 2-minute morning start. Test 1 week, recover, then resume. Tune the system. Use public accountability as needed. Share weekly numbers with one trusted person. Social pressure is a tool, but remember, you don't need their permission. Accountability is a lever, not a license. Now, a tactical checklist to implement today. Choose 1 goal and 3 input metrics. Be ruthless. Count the doables. Identify 1 keystone habit that could shift multiple metrics. Find the keystone. Create a 1-line daily log. Date, metrics, 1 insight. Log the truth. Schedule a 20-minute weekly review. Follow evidence, friction, 1 fix. Tune the system. Repeat the loop for 5 cycles. Observe trend lines, not single points. Data beats drama. Mindset rules to internalize. Say them daily. You have a choice. Measure the right things. Count the doables, not the headlines. Find the keystone. Double down on leverage. Tune the system. Iterate weekly. It's not about outcomes. It's about inputs. That's the key. This chapter is not a lecture on metrics. It is a manual for control. When you measure the right actions and tune the wires, results become inevitable. Systems remove drama. Systems create leverage. Systems make discipline scale. You built the system. You chose metrics. You found the keystone. You put a feedback loop in place. You made change surgical. Now we connect this system to time-tested identity and long-term persistence. You will live as your future self.
Chapter 10. Live as your future self now. You have a choice. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. You can act like the person you used to be, or you can act like the person you are becoming. That's the key. Most people wait for results before they change behavior. That's backwards. Results follow identity. Identity follows action. You don't become disciplined after success. You become successful after discipline. Choose future you. Future you thinking is not imagination. It is instruction. It is asking one brutal question before every decision. What would the version of me I respect most do right now? Then you do that immediately. You don't negotiate. You don't explain. You don't need their permission. Make one choice today that future you will thank you for. 1, not 10, 1. Pay a small piece of debt. Cook 1 clean meal. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. Write 1 paragraph. Take 1 walk. Choose future you. Look at the debt example. Most people feel overwhelmed by the total number, so they do nothing. That's emotion talking. Discipline speaks in installments. Paying a small amount monthly drains interest quietly. No drama, no motivation speeches, just math. Small actions compound. Choose future you. Here's the operating rule. Act as if future you is watching, because they are. Every small decision is either a gift or a tax. Every action either compounds forward or charges interest backward. You have a choice. This is not about perfection. It's not about guilt. It's not about becoming a monk. It's about alignment. When your daily actions align with future identity, stress drops, confusion drops, energy rises. That's the key. Now ritualize long-range discipline. Vision without ritual is fantasy. Ritual without vision is grind. You need both. Vision via ritual. Daily rituals keep you on track. Weekly rituals keep you honest. Nightly rituals close loops. These are not optional. They are the rails. Start with the nightly ritual. 5 to 10 minutes. Same time, same place. No phone. Ask 3 questions. What did I do today that future me benefits from? Where did I drift or break the chain? What is tomorrow's one non-negotiable action? Write the answers, 1 line each. Log the truth. This ritual turns reflection into correction. Vision via ritual. Now the weekly ritual. Pick a fixed day. Monday works because it resets identity. This is not planning fantasy goals. This is mapping micro-actions. Your weekly ritual has 4 steps. Step 1, review last week's inputs, not outcomes, inputs. Count the doables. Step 2, identify friction. Where did discipline leak? Be specific. Step 3, choose one fix, only one. Make it operational. Step 4, map the week's micro goals, daily minimums, conservative, repeatable. That's it. No vision boards, no speeches. Vision via ritual. Example, a professional buried in chaos. Weekly ritual shows mornings hijacked by messages. Friction identified. Fix chosen. Phone stays outside the bedroom. Micro goal, first hour is protected work. Output doubles in 3 weeks. Not because of talent, because of ritual. That's the key. Another example, someone trying to get healthy. Weekly review shows missed workouts on travel days. Friction is logistics. Fix, travel workout equals 10-minute bodyweight circuit. Micro goal, never miss twice. Momentum returns. Vision via ritual. Rituals remove emotion from discipline. They make consistency boring. Boring is good. Boring compounds. Now, persistence. This is where most people fail. They treat habits like a project. Projects end. Discipline doesn't. Habits are a lifetime practice. Persist and refine. You are not building a streak to show off. You are becoming a person who keeps promises to themselves. That identity never finishes. It evolves. Persist and refine. Expect plateaus. Expect boredom. Expect resistance. None of that means stop. It means simplify. Make it bare. Return to the minimum viable repeat. 2 minutes, then decide. Recover, then resume. When you miss, do not spiral. Spirals destroy systems. Perform the recovery ritual. 2 minutes. Corrective action, then continue. Persist and refine. Say this clearly. It's not about motivation. It's about discipline. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency. It's not about outcomes. It's about identity. That's the key. Future you discipline has rules. Rule 1, never miss twice. Rule 2, protect the ritual. Rule 3, count inputs, not applause. Rule 4, tune weekly. Rule 5, persist and refine. You don't need their permission to live this way. Not your friends, not your family, not your past. Discipline is quiet. Results make noise later. Picture the version of you 1 year from now. Calmer, sharper, more reliable.
That version didn't arrive by accident. They arrived because you acted today and tomorrow and the day after. Choose future you. This entire book has pointed to one truth. You rebuild your life through daily discipline, not dramatic change, not hacks, not luck. Discipline, repeated, engineered, protected. You stopped waiting and started doing. You stacked tiny wins. You chose identity over outcomes. You killed decision fatigue with rituals. You failed small and learned fast. You built chains and protected them. You used tools to force action. You chose consistency over intensity. You built systems for leverage. And now you live as your future self. This is not the end. This is the standard. Persist and refine. Persist and refine. Persist and refine. You have a choice. Make it today. Everything you heard is simple and it is brutal. Small actions, repeated ruthlessly, create unstoppable lives. And if you refuse to build the day, you will wake up trapped in someone else's schedule, someone else's priorities, someone else's excuses. So choose now. Do the tiny habit, protect the ritual, log the truth, fix the friction, and stack the wins until your life is unrecognizable in the best way possible. This is not a speech, it is an instruction manual. One step every day, identity first, systems over motivation. Show up for future you. Vote for the person you want to be every single morning. Your life rebuilds itself one tiny victory at a time. Now stand up and do the smallest thing you've been avoiding for the last week. Then tomorrow, repeat it, and the next day, repeat it, until the habit makes you. And if you found this useful, hit like, subscribe to Mindshift Audiobooks, and start your chain today. I dare you to begin.